The murder of attorney Chiquita Tate was a bloodbath.
Whoever killed the victim had a personal vendetta. It was a personal killing. I could tell that.
How could you tell?
Because of the multiple stab wounds, because of the cuts. I mean, if you're trying to kill someone to rob them or take something from them, you're just gonna kill them and you're gonna go on about your business. This killing was an overkill. There were stab wounds and injuries on the victim's body that were not necessary. They occurred after death.
And this was personal for prosecutor Prem Burns, who greatly admired Chiquita's legal skills.
I had always seen her as the warrior, the aggressor, the one who was strong. Here she was vulnerable. Here she was in death. She had socks on, as many of us would do if we were working in our office after hours.
In Chiquita's bloody office, detectives find a mysterious clue left behind. Chiquita closely clutching what may be long strands of the killer's hair.
Her hand was not balled up as if she'd been fighting and pulling in death the way it should have been closed.
And there was one item missing, Chiquita's Gucci wallet. But within hours of her murder, a good Samaritan just happened to find the wallet lying in the road, filled with credit cards.
Unfortunately for the killer, someone got out, picked up that wallet. There were several people in the car, and one of the people said, "Ooh, credit cards. Let's go to the mall and spend them."
Turns out the woman who found it ironically knew Chiquita. She quickly turned it over to police. But something about the tossed wallet piqued cops' interest. Was it a breadcrumb designed to throw them off the trail?
Because if you pick up a wallet of a murder victim, start using those credit cards, they're going to pick you up thinking that you're the one who killed her. The little plan to have a red herring, somebody who had nothing to do with the crime itself.
But who was behind such a sinister plan? Just as the question surfaces, cops get a call. A tipster claiming Chiquita was involved in a love triangle.
A particular female who never wanted to leave her name, who would, at least on 3 occasions, to tell us that Chiquita was involved in a lesbian love triangle, and one of the girls that was involved in this triangle was a client of hers, and this person overheard them while at Chili's eating, saying that she killed Chiquita, and she gave me the names of the females who were there.
What a amazing, lucky chance to overhear this at Chili's while eating, that you have found the killer.
Correct. Maybe that's the reason why the hair was in the hand. Maybe it was a female, because at that point we're not 100% sure. And so we proceeded to find the girls and interview them.
Detective Howard soon learned Chiquita helped the 2 women adopt a child. He wondered, did either woman have hair like the hair clutched in Chiquita's hand?
First thing I look at is her hair, to see what type of hairstyle she has. And that particular female had a short hairstyle.
So that leaves one more question.
Did they have it out for Chiquita Tate?
No, they loved her. They spoke so highly of her. They didn't have an idea that I was coming. So they didn't have any time to come up with any plotting the story to throw me off or confuse me.
As investigators begin the search for this unidentified tipster, they conduct a search of Chiquita's house and vehicles. And in Greg's car, they find something incriminating.
Inside his vehicle, we located sunglasses that were under the seat. They're safety glasses. We can see blood spatter on the glasses. He's a construction worker, and he told us that he cut his finger one day at work. A lot of construction companies, when you injure yourself, even if it's a small injury, you're supposed to report it. We checked with his company and found out that he didn't make any reports of any injuries.
One by one, other leads were falling apart. By now, with bloody glasses in hand, cops were about to turn their focus to Chiquita's own husband, Greg Harris. When cops retrace Greg's movements the night Chiquita was killed, more damning evidence begins to surface. He claims Chiquita asked him to bring her food from a McDonald's near their home in the Baton Rouge suburb of Baker. Only one problem.
Baker's about a 40-minute run to Baton Rouge. Any burger like that and fries are going to be very cold. There was a McDonald's a couple of blocks from her office. That struck me as being strange. I don't think she called.
And Chiquita's sister, Danita, says after seeing the crime scene in person, she thought the cheeseburger claim was strange too.
My mother-in-law worked at Wendy's. She said Keita came to Wendy's and she gave her food free that day from Wendy's.
That very same day?
Yeah. I didn't see any Wendy's food, which meant she ate the food.
Cops confirmed Greg did buy food and he never denied he was at the office that night. But he told cops he left Chiquita to work on a legal brief. When she didn't come home, he returned at 5 a.m. to check on her. Remember, that's when he immediately calls 911.
See a light on up there, and we've been calling her all night. Nobody can get a hold of her.
Is there anything wrong with his story?
It didn't seem normal that, especially when we got there and the way he was acting, that he was just insisting that something happened to his wife. And for someone who just told the sister that the marriage was over, and he goes directly to the place where she actually was, and he calls the police as if something happened to her. All
Right.
you know is that her car is at her office and the lights
are on. So why would you think something terrible has happened?
Exactly. Why would you suspect something happened?
Next, cops connect the dots and they seem to draw a circle around Greg.
You killed your wife, but did not kill my wife.
The explosive interrogation. How detectives pull a fast one on Chiquita's husband.
So you faked him out.
You killed your wife, but did not kill my wife. Oh, yeah, right. Didn't kill my wife. Didn't kill my wife. You killed your wife? No, I didn't.